Hello! Welcome to Quill and Sword, the best D&D show on the internet, in my humble opinion. That's because of all of these awesome creative people. My name is Bobby Partridge, my pronouns are he, him, and we love Syrinscape. We are doing a dark fantasy campaign in my homebrew setting of Aulmn, and we use the 5e system. So I'm going to have these lovely people go ahead and introduce themselves. And if you would be so kind, also share who you're playing and something about last session. Because I realized I left all my dice on my kitchen table, so I got to go get those. So we're just going to start on the first person on the screen. So Megan, go for it.
Hi, everybody. I'm Megan Alnico. I'm a podcaster and a sci-fi writer, and I play Tempest, um, uh, the reformed, edgy paladin. It's no longer about vengeance and has turned over a new leaf. And I was not here last episode because I had COVID. Boo. So I'm going to turn it over to Vera.
Of course you are. Hi, my name is Vera Wild. I am a YouTuber, a TikToker, a spicy content creator, and a fantasy novelist. And I am playing Wisp, who is a fawn bard. And see, I'm not sure how much there is to bullet point, because last time was the calm before the storm. It was us getting to chill and relax for a session before shit rocketed fan words. I don't know. Robin, what do you want to do with that?
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm Metamors with the Mothman. So last time we played, what I remember was having some time in the city and getting to talk to like a couple of the people that we knew there, and like everybody getting all caught up with happenings and stuff. Masquerade had a date with Nim, and that was pretty cool. And I also remember, oh, it's the tongue, and the whole thing is the worm. If that reminds Anu of anything, SENITA, if you would.
Absolutely. I'm SENITA. I play Anu. When I'm not playing Anu, I'm cosplay streaming on my own Twitch. And yeah, what I remember is Anu getting into some shit, and I'm pretty sure we wind up in the mouth of a monster.
Mm-hmm. So what it was is the mountain range next to Voirais exploded with essentially a city made out of crom spawn, which all has a single body underneath everything. And there is just, this city is filled with all manner of crom spawn. So all of the undead, and they were starting to put themselves in some sort of goo that caused them to evolve into bigger, worser, dire versions of themselves. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just open up, and we're going to have everybody explain what's happened for a month as you've prepared for everything that has transpired. To kind of set the scene for you, and if you don't have Syrinscape open, you can open Syrinscape to hear the good music. But to kind of set the scene for you, right? It's been a month, and there have been incursions of the crom spawn nearly every night since all of this transpired. Usually, the incursions are fairly manageable because, thankfully, you guys have been mobilizing a team during this time and throughout your course of being in the campaign at large. And so, between your allies who have all sort of assembled and congregated here, you manage to fend off the hordes at night and still have time to rest and recuperate and accomplish your goals. So let's open with Masquerade, just because I know, Masquerade, you always have a plan for something.
All right. So I've been like sending missives to the people that we have definitely helped. Like not the ones that you can kind of be like, I don't know if they came out okay from your interference or not, but like the ones that we actually like gave assistance to in the past. Like I probably am not going to be able to find a mailing address for the elves, you know, but like surely the tieflings, you know. And so
gargoyles, maybe?
Yeah.
So you've got them doing what?
No, I'm like sending missives appealing for help with this big thing that we have in front of us, and I'm like, you know, actually I'm gonna pull Wisp in to help me describe this thing better than Masquerade would know how to describe it, because you need a bard for that, don't you?
Okay. So in that case, I'm going to let you choose whether you want Wisp to assist you, or if you want to assist Wisp in making either your choice of a performance or persuasion check.
I will assist Wisp.
Okay.
We're going to do it as performance.
All right.
That is a 25.
That is the DC you needed to convince these people to put their lives in mortal peril. These are high DCs, guys. You're level 19. This is what's going on.
Oh. Are we not?
You're level 19, yes.
Why am I
Because you
8?
leveled last time.
Oh,
I could have sworn I leveled up, and now it's saying I'm 18.
So, you do convince the gargoyles to help you. But, now, we need to see if there are incursions going on there. So, Masquerade, I want you to roll a d20 for me. You can add your choice of history or insight or survival to this roll.
$24 with insight.
24. So you realize that as this missive returns to you, they are having incursions, but they are managing, and they can send you a small force to help.
Okay. I am
And
certainly not going to argue with that.
the last thing I need from you, Masquerade, before we move on, if you recall, last time you destroyed that machine.
Yeah.
You damaged it.
Mhm.
However, I want to see just how well you really sabotaged it, even more than just prevented it from working immediately.
Oh, let's go.
So, I'm going to let you make your choice of a spellcasting roll, an attack roll, or you can roll if you have another stat that you think. Otherwise, I was thinking investigation.
Dang, those are all the same modifier. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna go with investigation though, because
Okay.
it just feels luckier. And I think it is luckier. 25.
25. Okay. So what you guys have noticed is that actually these crumb spawn, a lot of the incursions are filled with crumb spawn that have not evolved yet. So you think Masquerade may have done a little more damage than initially perceived to this machine. They're having trouble fixing it. And even though some of the raids happen around machine shops or clockmakers' workshops or things like that, you guys are able to stave them off pretty well for the most part. Robin, choose who goes next.
Senita, you look the least prepared.
Yeah,
Wow.
I had to update my character.
I'm sorry. If you're leveling, then we can go with Megan instead. No. I was teasing you. I didn't need to actually put you on the spot.
Okay, well,
Megan,
Megan
go.
then.
okay. Well, Tempest has like really had, I guess, like what, a whole month now to get used to her flying armor. and her assistant.
Yes.
We've been talking. They've been talking back and forth, and getting to know each other and getting a feel for all the different abilities the new amazing armor has. And over the last month, she's been testing herself by taking out some crom spawn now and then, right? Going on different things in there to verify that all of her stuff, that she's using it effectively. So she's really been training hard to prepare for this.
Okay, so I need you to make for me investigation or acrobatics, and we'll determine how much you get trained in this by how well you do.
Okay, well, my acrobatics is only a +2, but my investigation is a +6. So I think I can do investigation.
Okay.
15 plus... what was that? I said investigation is 6, so 21?
21. Okay. So first off, you can choose to rename the sort of magical entity that embodies this if you want to whatever you want.
What currently is their name again?
Let me look. I want to say it was like Oracle or something.
No, Oracle is I'm Oracle. I'm here to help.
No, that's right. That was your thing. That was what I based it on. I can't remember. And I'm not readily finding my notes, so you just tell me what it's named.
Okay. Spot. I'm on it.
Spot.
Yes. Let's see. Let's go for a classic, and we'll name her after an AI in my book. We'll name her Aria.
Aria, love it. Okay, so Aria has been working really closely with you, and I now need you to roll for me a d6.
A d6. Oh, 1.
1. Okay, so you have to choose. Do you want to have the ability to do aerial maneuvers without hindrance, or do you want to have a powered up version of your essentially Eldritch Blast that's built in?
That's built in. My Eldritch Blast is really powerful, so the maneuvering is, well, we don't play on a battle map, so, what kind of extra maneuvering would I have? Like a free disengage?
It would give you the ability to disengage as a bonus action, and also you would have advantage on any sort of like attempts to do some sort of weird maneuver, or maybe swoop or fall without hurting yourself.
That all sounds really good. That sounds on point. As
Okay.
opposed to just blasting things.
Roll another d6 for me.
Okay. 2.
2. All right. So, do you want to get a reactive shield that you can use, either using a first level spell slot, or you can use it a number of times for free with your charisma modifier per day? Or would you rather get a static shield that allows you to just have a +2 bonus to your armor class all the time?
Ooh, that that's tough. A +2 all the time. That's gonna make my AC. And I bet this doesn't stack with shield either way, right? Does it stack with shield, the spell?
Yeah.
Oh, both forms do.
Mm-hmm.
What's the bonus if it's a dynamic shield?
If it's a dynamic shield, you can use it as a reaction. So it basically gives you a number of free uses of the shield spell.
Of the shield spell.
Equal to your charisma modifier per day.
I'll take the flat +2.
Okay. One more d6 for me.
Oof. 4.
Do you want to be able to have detect magic at will while wearing this armor? Or would you rather have see invisibility with this armor
See invisibility.
always on?
See invisibility.
Okay. So
Is it like true sight or see invisibility?
see invisibility, the spell. It's just
Okay.
always on you while you're wearing this armor.
Shield, 6 times a day.
And then I was gonna roll for damage to the city after we're done, but I'm gonna let you roll to try to mitigate that a little bit. So now for the last roll, make for me your choice of acrobatics, athletics, or history, we'll say, because that's like strategy, battle strategy, stuff like that.
Let's see. You said acrobatics, athletics, or history?
Mm-hmm.
Well, looks like we're going acrobatics on this one.
Okay.
None of these are Tempest's best attributes. 17 plus 2 is 19.
19. Okay. So you have mitigated an entire roll for the damage, which we'll get to after this. So you have helped the city significantly. If you want, choose to describe how you do that.
Oh, well, so in learning and swooping around and flying around, Tempest realizes that, she can fly quickly in over an entire group and drop just as many spells as she possibly can. So she is carpet bombing them pretty much nonstop until she's out of spells. Which, being the level she is significant. That is, see, how many fireballs could she dump? At least 5, most of which would be upcasted significantly, right? And then, all the Eldritch Blasts. Does she still have Eldritch Blast? I don't think so. Maybe I took it as a... Nope. Yeah, so she fireballs. And, what's the other one? Guiding bolts. That's what it is.
Okay.
A lot. Especially if it helps, move them in different directions and push them into choke points, right? So the fireballs are to get them to group up, or the guiding bolts are to get them to group up together, and then a enhanced fireball or firewall to start doing some to take down their numbers.
Awesome. Love that. I'm just picturing in my head like that song "Light 'Em Up." So okay, Megan, who are we going to next?
Who are we going to next?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Robin.
Robin's already
I just
gone.
went.
Robin went first.
Oh,
So Senita
Robin
or
went
Vera?
first. Senita or Vera? Let's go back to Senita.
Okay, Senita. What are you doing during this month?
I figured I would go back to, that first area we went to with all the elves, since, their captors kind of exploded,
Mm-hmm.
and see if I could find some fighters that way.
Okay. So, first you'll have to make a survival roll or investigation, or, we'll also let you use history for this one if you'd rather, to try to find where these nomadic elves currently are.
Survival, investigation, and history. All of those are doo-doo butt.
Oh no! Well, your DC you're trying to beat is a 20. Even if you don't beat the DC, we believe in failing forward, but to get what you want, that's what you gotta hit.
I have, where my feet's at, because I have luck too.
Oh,
That's
okay,
what I
so
got.
you might spend those luck points.
Yeah.
So just so you're aware, you're going to have to spend your time traveling to find them, and then you're going to have to convince them
Okay. Convincing them is not an issue. It's
Okay.
I'm pretty convincing and charming. Okay, hang on. You did choose. Oh no, I know I got my feet. I want you to read lucky. Damn, alright, that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna use luck point.
Okay.
I'm gonna use another luck point.
Oh.
Oof.
They're not bad, they're just not good. I'm gonna use one more, my last luck point.
Wow.
I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Okay.
Switch my dice. I told you, none of all of those things you told me to use are all terrible.
Anu's just having a rough go of it. When she ventures out, you are having the hardest time. They are covering their tracks. They are trying to stay hidden given everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, nope, nothing. The best I got was how do I do math? 14.
Okay. Roll a d8 for me then.
That's not a D8. That's also not a D8. Wait. No, that's not a D8. I don't know where my D8s went. Ah! Robert dice.
Do you need to change your dice set?
Man.
Well, I mean, the DC was 20, so it's
Yeah,
just,
it is. It's a hard
That's-
DC to hit.
yeah, it's a
It
hard
is a hard
DC.
DC to hit. But like I said, we believe in failing forward, so there's
Mhm.
still something that's going to happen. It's not like you're going to be caught with nothing.
I was gonna say it's not that we were afraid nothing was gonna happen, Bobby. It's
Yeah.
that we're afraid what it is.
7.
7. Okay.
Don't put mournful music on, like pivoting on a
So-
dime. What are you doing?
Senita, as Anu walks through this elven ruin, as she sees this overgrowth that's sort of taken the stone statues and structures, you do see that the plants themselves are like blackening and contorting, and it almost looks like everything is like dying and coming to life anew, no pun intended, in a sort of corrupted sense. You see that where there was once curtains of cascading ivy, there is now these gnarled bramble thorns that branch like spidery veins that are burrowing deep into the stone and crushing the statues from the inside out. And you begin to sort of maneuver into the buildings a little bit just to see if you can find anything. This is the last of the elven ruins, and they aren't here. So as hope starts to drain from you, as you start to come to terms with the fact that these elves have moved somewhere else, that they've never historically gone, and you're not going to find them, you do see what looks like a humanoid figure, 50 feet tall, inside the temple. It has overgrowth that is choking it and stifling it and restricting it, almost to the point that it looks like a giant in chains, just wrapped in these thorny, brambly, burrowing vines. Make a history check.
7.
7. It wasn't a hard DC for you because you are an elf. You know what this is. This is a sentinel It's a guardian, and each one of the ruins used to have one. Most of them were destroyed when the elven people fell, and you're surprised that this one is even here in any kind of shape that's recognizable. As you examine it, make an Arcana roll for me. Or investigation, if you'd rather.
Yeah, it's a 12.
12. Okay, so as you're examining this, you think this might be functional. This sentinel might still work, but you would have to be able to free it. And then you'd have to figure out how to awaken it. What would you like to do?
Fire. I guess we could free it.
Okay, so are you going to try to free it by yourself? Are you going to use Nuka to help you? Are you going to use a specific spell? How do you want to free it?
We'll try both ways. We'll try Nuka with fire, and then I try with silver, because I have silver.
Okay, so you're
Silver's
assisting
one.
each other. So
Yes.
I will let you make either athletics, acrobatics, or an attack roll. And you'll have advantage on the roll because of Nuka's assistance.
Oh, God. Uh, 25.
25. Okay, so you effortlessly slice away these brambles. You burn them away. Nuka just starts ripping into them. You think he might actually like eating them because he's kind of chomping on them like they're food.
Of course.
And you get the sentinel free. And you rolled well enough, you don't have to roll to try to find the power core, which is slotted in the floor directly under where it's standing. It was underneath a mass of brambles and vines.
Oh.
So, the trick is now you have a choice to make. Do you want to take this power source that you found and try to dislodge it from the floor and just take it to see if you can use it for some sort of magical reagent in the city? Or do you want to try to apply the power core and see if you can revive the sentinel, but you'll risk breaking the power core and getting it stuck in there if it doesn't work?
There are instructions somewhere?
Make an investigation check. There are instructions. There are instructions that you find. They are actually on the inside of these twin hinged panels that open up that you can slot the core into.
Okay.
It will require a high DC Arcana check. DC 25.
So I would need...
You gonna gamble it?
Wait, let me see. You need 17 or better. To get it in there, I would need
A 25.
wait, no. I meant Oh yeah, to get it in there, I need 25.
Yeah.
I kind of want to.
Do you want to take a minute and we can come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so Vera, what is Wisp doing during this entire process? Because...
Okay, so question first to make sure I'm not misremembering something. the Phoenixes, like, they all united into one thing.
Mhm.
Yes? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, they're
All
all
right.
they're all one thing now.
Okay.
Oh, I missed that. That must have happened. That must have happened while I was gone. Good
It
to know.
happened at the end of the last session you were here for before this. It was the very last.
I thought there was one. I thought there was one holdout. Okay, I'm wrong. Sorry.
So that Phoenix, is it like returning to the city when it's not out, or is it just out permanently at this point?
It is out permanently, just in the
Okay.
city. So it exists. It is part of what is helping keep the incursions at bay.
Okay. So about the only card I have to play to try and bring in reinforcements is to play one of my 2 little silver flutes and see. I don't expect Argent is going to be able to actually do much themselves, like in terms of existing in a non-wooded place, but if they can summon or direct anything to us that can help.
Okay. Give me. Let's start with a persuasion check or animal handling. Your choice.
Persuasion or what?
Animal handling.
Persuasion.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna take an inspiration and do that one again. We're gonna take a luck and do that one again.
Oof.
Aha! There we go. 25.
25. Okay. I'm gonna let you choose for this. So, do you want to save one person for when I'm making my rolls for damages done during the month? Do you want to save one person and just make them immune from dying or being harmed in any way? Or do you want to save one location and make it so that it is not harmed in any way?
I would like to save a location.
Okay, what do you save?
I don't even act like that's a question. It's the pumpkin carriage.
The pumpkin carriage. Okay. So the pumpkin carriage cannot be destroyed or damaged in the course of our rolls to determine what happens in Voirais.
I'll take it. So the other thing I'm going to do is, because despite being a tiny little fawn, I have a completely jacked strength stat at this point. Wisp will alternate basically between helping with either building or rebuilding fortifications, and when not doing that, just trying to keep morale up.
Okay. Okay, so that's going to require a couple different rolls. So
All right.
for the rebuilding fortifications, you can
Yes.
choose to use your performance, your persuasion, or your intimidation.
That'll be performance.
Okay. So you are performing as a leader.
All right. So we're going to take a luck point and do that one more time. That's better. So that is 24.
24. Okay. So you have succeeded at helping them and guiding them to make the best fortifications possible. You assist as... Well, you tell me actually, what specific fortifications would you like? Because rather than me dictate what you're doing, I want you to use your imagination with the setting. What is the fortification you would like to see?
We, against my normal instincts, we are ejecting aesthetic sensibilities from the notions. We are spiking the fuck out of every wall. Like, I want it to be like trying to climb a porcupine.
Okay. So you want it to be spiky.
We're going spiky, and we're reinforcing literally everything that is not just solid rock. So if it is a gateway, if it is a door, it's being reinforced and double reinforced. Like, basically, I want whatever the weakest weak point in the fortifications is to be not very weak.
Okay. So I'm just going to give you this because of your role. The weak point is the sewer system.
Aha!
That is
All
where
right.
they keep coming from, and that is where you're going to have to fortify. And the sewer system and the harbor are the two places that are the hardest to fortify because they are attached to the water.
Okay.
So you will impede their function if you fortify them.
Okay. So for the docks and the waterfront, that's just gonna have to be a matter of just having as many armaments as can reasonably be there on hand and on watch.
Well, so here's the thing.
Okay.
I know you as a player,
Yes.
and I know you are incredibly creative. So if you can come up with a different solution than that, I'm open to it. Pitch it to me.
How well can Umber Spawn move through water?
So have you seen the Pirates of the Caribbean movies
Yes.
with the skeletons under the water?
Yes.
It's slowed because they're underwater, but they can literally just walk underwater. On the
All
floor.
right.
You do also know there are Nagas, which are like the marrow that have been, they're also called drowners. They are the marrow that have been corrupted, and they are aquatic creatures by nature.
Well, those we just have to deal with. All right. I know what I'd like to have. I just don't know if it's realistic that it could be accomplished with the technology of the world.
Okay.
I kind of want to put an underwater trench
Okay.
and just let these suckers just walk right into it.
Okay. So that will be a difficult DC. How do you plan
Right.
on achieving
That is a good question, especially because I dropped my die. So let me
that?
figure out where the hell my D20 landed. Ah! All right. So, let me think. Give me a second. Okay. So, we've got a month.
Mm-hmm.
I have 9th, obviously 8th, 7th, 6th, etc. level spell slots that refill daily, and I have Earth Tremor.
Okay. Do you
So,
have a specific spell that's good for this?
I think that's going to be my best bet. Like, what I'm going to have to do, I think, God, this becomes so elaborate. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get a breathing hose because Earth Tremor only has a 10-foot range.
Okay.
But if I get myself a breathing hose and go down there, I can spell dig this.
Okay. I think that a breathing hose is entirely reasonable for you to construct or otherwise find access to, given that you're in a city and it's a time of war and you're helping with the war effort.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want you to make an Arcana roll. Your DC for this to succeed at fortifying it so that you will not get an incursion is a 30. Your DC to mitigate the incursion is a 25. And if you don't hit a 20, you fail altogether.
We're gonna spend an inspiration, take another crack at that.
Okay.
That is slightly better, but that's not slightly better enough. I've got a couple more inspirations after this. I'm not completely burning through.
Okay.
There we go. I will take it at a 28.
28. Okay. So you have mitigated the incursion so that it is a third of what it would have been.
That works.
So the harbor and the sewers are still at risk, but they are significantly less at risk. SENITA, we'll go back to you now. What are you doing with this core?
I'm on mute. We're gonna put the cord in the hole.
You're gonna put it in the sentinel and try to make it?
Yeah.
Okay, I need a really difficult Arcana check from you.
Oh boy. Come on.
Ah! Yeah! 26.
26. You needed a 25. So
Yeah, I
you
was like,
succeeded.
I need a 17 or higher. I got an 18.
Awesome. Okay. So this sentinel, as all of the runes that cover its body begin to rev to life and glow, and the chest opens up again in a different way, so that it almost flips on a hinge that goes skyward now. And you can see that inside is what looks like you would recognize as a player a pilot seat.
Yeah.
You functionally have a stone magical Gundam.
You okay?
Yay, Gundam suit.
So,
Robin, you're muted.
oh yeah.
No, that was intentional. I'm sorry. I
Oh.
had forgotten to mute. I didn't mean to be addressing you guys.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
So yeah, you've got your stone Gundam suit. Wisp has made sure that the incursions are going to be mitigated. We have Tempest with her own suit of power, her armor. And then we have Masquerade, who did so much damage to the inside of this thing. It's kind of ruined my initial plan. So I actually had, for context, I was going to destroy half the city just out the gate and then see how much you could save. But Robin prevented that with their ridiculous sabotage. So I kind of had to rethink everything. So now we're going to roll. And so I'm going to explain to you the mechanic, because I made a mechanic for this. And I think that it will help understand what your guys' efforts have done. Okay? So mechanically, I had a d20 roll that I was going to make initially, right? And I have a table here that is 1 to 20, and 20 is the worst thing, and 1 is the best thing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of stealing some mechanics from like Cypher System. Your guys' efforts are mitigating it to reduce the die that I'm rolling on that table. So, you guys have reduced die rolls for certain locations that you have specified, and the pumpkin carriage does not get rolled at all. It's just automatically safe. So, at this point, I'm going to ask you guys to roll the demise of the city. I want to start with Megan. Megan, I would like for you to roll the city gate, the opening, the entryway.
The city gate.
The point
okay,
at which the hordes can pour in.
So this is a case where we want low rolls, yes.
You want low rolls, and you're going to be rolling, because no one fortified that area, there is going to be a d12 roll for this one. And none of them are d20 rolls because, curse you, Robin. But, but we can get a d12 roll for the worst ones.
Okay, so we want d12s then?
Mm-hmm.
How many d12s did you want again?
Just one. One
Just
d12
one? Okay.
roll. This is an all or nothing roll. And you can use your inspiration to roll lower if you want
Okay.
on these
All right,
rolls.
well, that's a 10.
A 10. Do you want to go with a 10?
I mean, it's just the gates. It's not like...
Just the entrance to
Am
the
I-
city.
I mean, am I rolling for more than one location? Because I want to prioritize a location. I might give up the gates if it means a more populated area doesn't get destroyed.
So, if you lose the gates, the slums are what's at risk.
Oh.
So, the poor, the unhoused,
poor,
the destitute.
Yeah.
Anu's home turf.
All right. Yeah, we can't do that. I'm gonna reroll.
You're gonna reroll. Okay.
I'm gonna reroll.
Luck points and inspiration count for
Yes.
these.
5.
And I'm also going to do this for this particular set of rolls. Since Marissa can't be here, I'm going to let you guys have an extra reroll that you must agree as a group to use that is functionally Nim's efforts to help with all of this. Okay?
Okay.
So all of you have to consensus agree to use the roll, but you have an extra reroll just because of Nim in your back pocket. So, you got a 5?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, I'm going to change the music for this because this is intense, y'all. We're going to go with... this one feels appropriate. So, Tempest. One of the nights that you're practicing and you're really getting good with this suit, you are feeling yourself as you are defending the main city gate. An incursion comes with a variety of Crom spawn, and you now realize that among these Crom spawn, there are ogres. And there are trolls as well. There are some of the big ones now coming in. And the incursion is primarily foot-based. And you notice that the things that are still evolving and that seem to be the things that are... they got the most things evolved before the sabotage were the zombies. So the human-made ones. And they are fast. They are loping on all fours, skittering. It's almost like a horror movie as you blink and they're in a totally different place. They are moving that fast. Okay. You are blasting through their ranks with your fireballs, your guiding bolts. You are lighting up the night sky with this. And that's when one of the Crom spawn manages to actually break through one of the walls. It destroys a large segment of wall, and Crom spawns start scrambling over one another, clawing over one another, World War Z style, just pouring in a cascade into the slums. You hear people start to scream in the night as the Crom spawn are invading. You also hear other spells going off. You see motes of earth and rocks flying as mages, druids, everyone is pitching in here. Anyone who can help. There are soldiers pouring through the gates from the upper and middle cities, but it's going to take them time to get there. I need you to roll a d100 for me to determine how many lives are lost during this incursion.
Okay. All right. 56. Of course, I rolled right in the middle of the 100. It's like,
okay.
I could use a point of inspiration. I have a couple here.
Well,
to re-roll it, but it could be more, it could be less, right?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to leave it, or do you want to?
I mean, of course I want a lower number, right?
But are you going to?
That's not bad enough to spend a number on.
Okay.
Is this my last roll for this stuff, or do I have more rolls to do for this?
You have one more roll.
I'm saving it for the one more roll then, because if that's bad, I need to mitigate that.
Okay. So, 56 lives are lost in total for the night. But in order to impact the final battle, you have to see if you can rebuild what was lost.
Okay.
So, I need you to choose. Are you using your persuasion to guide a building team? Are you using your investigation to figure out the best way to rebuild it? Or are you going to use your survival to try to figure out where they're coming from and possibly fortify the area beyond?
Bobby, you're asking the paladin if they want to use their intelligence or their charisma.
Yes, I am. But the way you fortify is also going to impact later on. So this is going to have consequences no matter what you choose. That's why I'm offering it. So just because you choose the easy one for your skill doesn't mean it's going to be the best option for the best outcome.
Yeah.
Because you saw how quickly that wall was destroyed.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, charisma is what Tempest does.
Okay.
And, she's gonna have to walk over to them and say, "Quickly, men, and women, we must rebuild this wall.
All right.
This wall must hold. Grab whatever you can and fortify this wall. I will help lifting the heaviest of things, and I'll use telekinesis to help them, right? Like, I'll be here to help and do things, but Tempest is not an engineer. I'm not an engineer. I can pick up whatever you want and put it wherever you need it. We will take the largest stones and we will fill this crack. We will fill this crack stronger than it was. Those Cromspawn will have to climb, and we will make sure they pay for every foot they climb."
All right. Make that persuasion roll. And because you really had a good, compelling speech, I'm going to give you +2 on the roll.
No, I would think... Okay, so that roll is 18, plus the 2 you said is 20, plus 13 for persuasion, is 33.
33. You have fortified that wall. And so now I'm not going to roll the D6 as a D2. I'm going to roll the D6 as a D3 because you did so well. So if I roll a 1 or a 2, there's a second incursion.
Okay.
If I roll anything higher, then you are done. And you have saved that area for the time being and have impacted later on. Okay?
Okay.
I got a 5.
That means I'm safe, right?
You're safe.
Anything
You
higher
are
than 2?
safe.
All right.
All right. The gate is safe. SENITA. So you have this sentinel, which I'm just going to automatically lower the die that we're rolling for this. So we're going with the inner city. So the merchant district as well as Hightown. And the pumpkin carriage is explicitly immune, and all of its residents, courtesy of VERA. So I don't get to roll the tragedy dice. So...
Oh, yay!
But I would like for you to still roll for me. Because one of the areas is saved, that actually took down another die grade. So we're going to go with a D10 for this. So roll a D10. 10! The worst outcome. Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, do you want to re-roll it or no?
Yeah. Why are you giving me 10? Oh, hi. Alright, let's re-roll it.
Okay.
3!
3! That's significantly better.
Yeah.
So, the incursion from what leaked through to during Tempest's incursion, some of it did come through, but the big thing is there's some coming in from the sky as well.
Oh, yay.
So this roll is specifically going to refortify their numbers as they swoop and grab people and carry them off. I don't get to roll the tragedy die to take anybody because everybody in this area got warded, but I do still need you to roll a start with a athletics, investigation, arcana, or acrobatics, your choice, as you're defending this area.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really looking forward to turning Jacquard on you guys, but
21.
21. All right.
I love you, Bobby, but suck it.
That's 100% valid. All right, 21. So, that's only one. Okay. I need you to roll 1d100 for both the Midtown and Hightown.
You said a D100?
Yep. So you're rolling for both at once. So only 1d100 total, which is actually your best outcome. For lives lost and
I don't
fortifications
have a
that they
D100.
get back.
I didn't even know those dice exist.
You roll your 2d10s.
And
Oh.
Yeah,
count-
110. 110 is for the hundreds column, and 110 is for the ones column.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wait, now that's all. Okay, so this is alright.
Man, you guys are doing really well, actually. I don't even get to take any of your
Wait,
beloved NPCs away. You guys are saving everybody.
So am I supposed to be rolling high or low?
Well, this is how many people die, so low, ideally.
I got 22.
You got 22?
Well, you said roll 2d10s, right?
Yeah. And you got 2 2s?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a really low number, actually. So between Midtown and Hightown, you guys only lose 22 people. That means that the Horde only gets 22 points back for its throng. So, man. Okay. Dang. I really thought I was going to get more than that. Okay, alright. So, we're going to go to Wisp for this next bit because Masquerade, I have a specific place in mind for you.
All right.
So, Wisp, Sewers, and Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
You're rolling a d8.
D8.
Yeah.
That's a 4.
A 4. Are you keeping the 4?
Yes.
Okay. An incursion comes in from the harbor and through the sewers. I need you to start by picking which one you're going to fight in that area. Asana fights in the other.
I'm taking the sewer.
Okay, you're taking the sewers. So, I need for you to first roll, and you still have Asana's sheet that I had sent you.
I gotta pull it up, but yes.
Okay, so you'll need that in a minute. But for you, roll acrobatics, athletics, or a spellcasting roll.
We're gonna go with athletics.
Okay.
That's a 22. How does that do me?
A 22 is going to... Hold on, let me check. Ah! I lost my die. Okay, that's just how tonight is going. It's fine. Man! I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna use a reverse inspiration. What that means is I get to reroll my roll and I give you an inspiration.
Alright.
So you get an inspiration. That one's worse. Ah! Okay. Roll a d20 for lives lost.
12.
12. Okay. So, you manage to stave off this incursion from the sewers. Some of the scragglers manage to get by, and they do claim 12 lives in Midtown, but they get caught up with and dealt with by the soldiers. So
Nice.
you have not gotten a proper infestation yet. Unfortunately. Yeah. Hold on one second. I'm going to try to make people a moderator to deal with the nonsense going on in chat.
Jose, I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay. I know you are. I think I have all of you guys as moderators, but I want to make Carolyn a moderator after this, I think. Because they're always here, and they do great, and I trust them. So, Carolyn, if you're willing, or if you're not willing, let me know. I would appreciate it. Okay. So, meanwhile, we are going to... I don't know why I did that. I am messing with things I don't even do. Okay, there. Alright, anyway. Sorry, where were we? Incursion on the harbor next.
Yes.
Asana, same choice. Except Asana doesn't have spellcasting, so it's just athletics or acrobatics.
We're gonna go athletics.
Okay.
21.
21. Okay. So, 21 is going to get you a D6.
You're so mad.
I am so mad. I really thought it was going to be more devastating, but you guys are just really good at fortifying things.
That's a 2.
A 2. You lost 2 lives in the harbor, but I get nasty business now. Pick even or odd. Oh my gosh, I'm just dropping my dice everywhere tonight. Pick
Even.
or odd.
Even. Fuck.
So, I need you to tell me. Are you going to roll another 50-50 to see if Asana makes it? Or are you going to roll a d20 for me and additional casualties that I get to take back for reinforcements?
I fucking hate you. Ah.
I will reward you with an inspiration for this choice, though, because it is an intrusion. So you got an extra one, too. Beyond the other one that you got.
Well, let me note that.
Do you want to take a moment and choose? Or do you want to just choose now?
We'll take another 50-50.
Okay. Even or odd?
Even.
I got a nat 20. Which means she survives. And I'm going to let you deal a direct blow to my reinforcements number. Roll a d100.
All right. 69.
69. How appropriate. Oh, that hurts.
See a doctor then.
Okay. I can make this work. I'm not quite at that level where I can use that, so. I'm thinking for a second. Okay. So, now, Masquerade. Masquerade?
Yeah.
You're defending the palace. With Angelique, who is
yep.
not warded because she does not live at the pumpkin carriage.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
I want you to start by describing for us, how does Angelique fight alongside you? What does she do? You're
Ooh.
choosing her class here. Basically, functionally, mechanically. What class is she? How does she fight? You tell us. She's your NPC.
Okay. I was not prepared for this. Oh, here we go. I have a list of classes right in front of me. I kind of like the idea of her. Oh, can she paladin?
She can paladin.
I kind of want her to paladin. I think that would be really
Okay.
cool. Like with the sword and board.
Okay. So.
But like also the ball gown, but it's armored on the outside. Like I don't know.
I was actually gonna ask you, what does her armor look like?
Like it's. I mean, of course it's fancy. It would have to be fancy, but it's like she could show up to a ball in this and it would be fine. But it's got like plates on the outside and they're like well fitted and oiled and stuff.
So okay, she is striking in every sense of the word in this armor, with her long bejeweled sword of silver and her silvered shield. I need you to start by making athletics or acrobatics.
Okay,
As there is an incursion pouring up from those dungeon chambers that are a labyrinth beneath the city that connected directly to the mountain, there is a direct pipeline to this area, to this corrupted city through the palace itself that only you guys and Angelique knew about and no one fortified. So,
which is why we came down here personally. I like it.
So
I'm gonna use inspiration because that roll was poop.
okay.
Oh my god, that roll was also poop.
Do you want to use more inspiration?
Yeah, I have it. Let's. No more poop.
Well, poop.
I mean,
Oh
alright,
no.
it's not poop, but it's not great. It's 16.
16. Okay. So for this roll, I'm going to ask you first.
Oh.
Have you guys cleared the palace? Or do you have reinforcements here? And let me be clear before you make your choice. If you have reinforcements, then narratively, I have more opportunity to bolster my enforcements that Wisp just dealt a direct blow to. However, if you choose to not have reinforcements, I get more rolls against Angelique's death.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how Masquerade would have handled this before the shit got started, alright?
Okay.
Like, Mask would have gathered up the guards that were still there and basically told them what the situation was, like where we were going, and that anyone that wanted to leave could. And then the ones that chose to stay.
Okay. So I'm going to let you dictate to me. Are we rolling a D20, a D12, a D10, a D6, or a D4? With the higher dice representing a higher amount of soldiers first. That same die will then be used to determine Angelique's likelihood for death. So the higher the dice, the less likely she is to die, but the more likely I am to be able to bolster my ranks.
Now see, the question that we're really asking here is how loyal do I think the castle guard is?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think the castle guard is pretty loyal.
So are we going D20?
We're going D20.
Okay, D20. I got my Nerdarchy dice right here. So, I'm not rolling mine yet, though. I need you to roll for your acrobatics or athletics. Again.
Oh, okay.
I'll also let you use Arcana because you are spellcasters.
22.
22. All right. Pick even or odd.
Even.
It is odd. That means I get to roll a d20 to bolster. And I got a 15. So I get 15 more back. So, you can choose to tell me I don't get that 15, and I will roll the d20, and on a 1, Angelique dies.
Okay, listen, I understand that those are astronomical odds, but I also do not trust that at all. No, take them.
Okay.
Look, I was never pretending that my priorities were not where they were.
Okay. So, in that case, I'm not going to roll against Angelique. Now, we have to roll to see if anything nasty happens. Do you want even or odd?
I want even. I will die on this hill, probably. For
Yeah,
real.
well, you chose a good hill, but I'm going to use an intrusion and say
Okay.
you fail anyway.
All right.
So you
Hit me.
get an inspiration,
I
and I
needed
get to
it.
bolster.
God damn.
And that was worth it. 20. So,
Jesus Christ, Steven.
so that means I get double 20. So now, I'm going to let you pick even or odd.
They're on even.
18. Man, I don't get to roll against Angelique at all. You really picked a good hill, I'll tell you what. So, you paint this picture for us as you sweep through these hordes of enemies together, side by side. You do lose a fair number of soldiers in the process, but you tell us what happens. Paint the scene for us. Oh, mixed writer.
God, okay. So... Yeah, that's not pressure at all. Alright, we're, in those tunnels, right? Like the ones that we started the game in.
Mhm.
So, like, the last time we were down here, it was looking for her as a prisoner in one of those cells, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And now she's down here with the sword in her hand fighting right with me. And it's kind of like, I'm imagining her with kind of heavier strikes, you know? Like, they are precise, but she is slower. She has not had the years of practice, you know? And she is using that shield, and occasionally I'm ducking behind it too, and it's like, we have never practiced together, but we have a good battle synergy anyway, because we know each other so well.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to think that Masquerade is, like, doing his best not to make her have to kill too many things, you know? Like, taking the openings that there are and trying for as many, like, personal fatalities as possible to spare her that. And maybe he shouldn't be, and maybe he's starting to realize that, but he's gonna do it anyway, because we're not there yet.
Okay. So, even or odd to see if I get one more incursion.
Even.
It is odd! It's 13! Okay. So, am I rolling to bolster my numbers? Or am I rolling against Angelique? A d20. On a 1 is when she dies.
I hate you. Okay, fine. Go ahead. Roll.
For Angelique?
Yeah.
Okay. That was so close. It started on a 1, and it tipped to a 19. So I don't get Angelique.
I would have, like, literally died to stop her from dying. I hope you know that.
Yeah. So I'm going to use an intrusion to roll against her one more time.
Oh my god.
So you
Stop
get
it.
you get another inspiration. And this time, I'll let you choose to die instead of her if I roll a
Okay.
1. It is a single digit. I got a 3.
Oh my god.
Son of a bitch.
So you have 2 extra inspiration to use. You don't lose Angelique, but I bolstered quite a bit from that incursion.
Oh no, I'm aware. I know.
And so now,
Y'all knew what I was, okay?
now, for the final round of this massive incursion, this initial opening battle of the final war, I need each of you to roll for me your best ability, your best skill. Your DC is 30. A nat 20 does hit it if you can't hit a 30. And then you tell us how that manifests in this whole thing. If you succeed, 3 of you, then you have fortified the city and bought yourself another month. If 2 of you succeed, you buy yourselves another week. If 1 person succeeds, you buy a day. If none of you succeed, I'm going to roll an immediate additional incursion in which everyone except those at the pumpkin carriage are at risk.
Okay then.
So, we're going to go one at a time, and we're just going to start with Masquerade since we're already on where Masquerade's at. What skill are you rolling?
I have a +9 to acrobatics, so I pretty much have to nat 20 anyway, but that's
Okay.
the one I'm using.
Okay.
You want some guidance on that?
Yeah.
I will also allow you guys to use Nim's encouragement, which will add a +4 to each of your rolls.
Ooh.
Okay, so alright, I'm gonna move to actual dice because that got more than 1 die to roll now.
Okay.
Okay, so what does guidance do?
Just a D4.
Okay,
Guidance
cool.
is a D4, and then you get
Okay.
another 4, just static +4 from Nim's encouragement.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay.
So this is an
Oh.
achievable roll.
I have inspiration.
Okay.
And that was a nat 20.
Okay! So you guys got a success, you at least have 1 more day. Describe for
At least
us
one more day.
how you hold off that last bit and fortify to prevent a future incursion for a day.
So these things are all undead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means it's not a war crime to douse them in boiling oil.
Correct.
I do that.
Okay. So you douse these things in boiling oil, just sloshing it through these tunnels. And you hear their hissing roars, these chittering screeches as they melt. Let's just go next on my screen. Anew. What are you rolling for a
I'm
DC
rolling
30?
I'm rolling stealth.
Stealth. So you're trying to hide and keep others hidden.
Sure, I was gonna say I'm gonna use the robot on autopilot and just sneakily go psh, 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 to everybody.
Okay.
We'll go with yours. And I get a +4, right?
+4, and if you get guidance, you can get another D4, I think, right? Megan, is that what you said?
Yeah, guidance. Guidance is another 1d4.
So okay, so both of them are 1d4s.
No, it's just static 4 plus 1d4.
Oh, all right, static 4. That's all I need. I got my stealth is +14, and I got 14.
Okay. So that's 2 successes. You guys have bought yourselves a week. Anu, describe what you do in that time, and while you do that, chat, call evens or odds. Whatever gets more votes is gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm like, all right. I'm still doing the autopilot thing for distractions and stealthing people out of the way.
Okay.
What is like the pumpkin carriage? Like if people go to the pumpkin carriage, they're immune, or they have
Yeah, if they live at the pumpkin carriage already, they're immune.
Okay. But like, if you put them in the pumpkin carriage, do they also get immune?
Nope.
I like that idea.
Nope.
Aw.
Ah,
All right.
Nope.
Well, I'm still hiding people away.
My chair is sinking.
I was gonna say you look like you're a little lower in the.
Yeah, there we go. My chair just likes to sink. It's dumb. So, okay. Anu, do you have any other input regarding what you have done to save the people and fortify Midtown and Hightown?
No, I guess can I have like Nuka make a lava pit around the city? Like, or is there anything walking?
There are a lot of things walking, actually. We'll say you have to make a DC 20 Arcana check for that.
All right.
If you succeed, that will assist Megan.
All right. Yay.
So
I
far, it
have
seems
that
like chat's
guidance?
favoring odd.
Can I have that guidance for this one?
Of course, our chat would be odd.
They're not picking Robin's Hill, though. It was so lucky for them.
It's my hill. They don't.
Oh.
They don't have to be here. It's fine.
That's valid.
No, can I take that guidance for this roll?
You can take the guidance for this roll.
Cool. Ugh. I know I have a D4 around here somewhere. Darn this back injury. Sworn I had a D4 on this table. Oh, that's a D8.
You want me to just roll one for you?
Yeah.
2.
2.
That works. I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits it. So, outside the walls, Tempest, you see Nuka do a swipe by multiple times as he blasts this blue-purple fire from his maw, just in a streamline, almost like How to Train Your Dragon style, as it just carves a swath around the city, and the rock underneath starts to melt. And as the rock underneath starts to melt, make a perception check too.
16.
You do see that in this carved swath, if you just dig about 5-10 feet down, those yellow veins of mana have now encroached to the walls of the city. So they are within reach at this point. The corrupted mana is.
We could get to it if we wanted. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it getting to us?
It's getting to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. The corrupted mana is close.
Yes. So, speaking of Megan, Tempest, would you please roll for us your check for a DC 30? What are you rolling?
Well, okay. So I gotta figure out how to use persuasion again because it's my best.
Okay.
And I'm going to use one of my what the heck is it called? Hold on, I just had it. Channel divinities.
Okay.
Called Emissary of Peace. where I get a +5 bonus to persuasion checks.
Okay.
So that's another 5. So we're starting at 18 as a bonus, right? Plus the 4 automatic is 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22 before I roll.
Okay.
And then guidance. I'm going to guide myself.
Okay.
Phoenix, guide me. Let's see, that's a 14 plus a 3 is 17. 17 plus 20 something has got to be 30 something.
Yes, it is. You hit it.
Yes.
You guys are doing good. You guys are doing good. All right. So now, you have coordinated these soldiers, right? You've coordinated these soldiers, and you are leading them at this point to fortify this wall and to make it safer, and to use this ridge that's been carved by Nuka to try to make the city even more impenetrable. So finally, Vera, we're at Wisp. Roll that check. What are you rolling?
Athletics.
Athletics. Love it.
So that would be a... Hang on. Math. 41.
41. Holy cow.
I get a plus 18 on that, and you gave me another 4 on top of it.
Yep, you absolutely succeed. So, describe for us how you fortify the sewers and the harbor simultaneously.
So, give me a second here. So, for fortifications... So when you're asking me how I fortify, is this like for the future next time we come back, or? Okay. Since we've got a month, and it's a, hold on, 3rd level spell, plus I could do it at the higher levels as well. Hang on, let me do my math on this. So 3, 6, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. I can set 14 glyphs of warding a day. And so I am going to booby trap the fuck out of the sewers with, when you say a month, are we saying 30 days?
30 days.
30 days. So, across the sewers, there are now 420 glyphs of warding.
Okay.
For these things to trip. So that's how the sewers are fortified.
Awesome.
420 blazing
Hell yeah.
explosions.
Damn right.
Okay.
As for the docks, okay. Let me think of what I've got left to pull. So, like, how open is the water passageway to the docks? Is it narrow or is it big?
It's big.
It's big.
Yeah, it's a big open cavern, basically.
So, what we're gonna do is, I can, because Earth Tremor is a level 1 spell. I've still got, even with all the glyphs of warding and that, I still got a bunch of uses of that per day to redo my trench. So there's one. And then 2, we're going to give the surface of the water in this cavern a nice coat of lamp oil, and we're going to load the boats with explosives, and we're going to be ready to light this entire fucker up when it becomes necessary.
Okay.
Hell yes.
All right. So, we are fortified. Chat picked odd.
Yes.
I'm rolling a d20. It is odd. It was a natural 1. So,
Thank you, chat.
everyone is safe for now. And all of you are finally going to be able, after that harrowing night, the sun peaks just barely over the horizon, and all of you find yourselves in the common room of the pumpkin carriage. You are together as Jacquard is making breakfast. As your little firebug, who is now dwindled to a not firebug, is helping make breakfast and almost a little mournfully lighting the hearth with flint and tinder.
When they light it, I want to prestidigitate some extra sparks over there just to make it look a little bit more impressive.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
Let's see. 15.
15. You see as a little bit of a smile cracks on Giselle's face when that happens. She looks at her fingertips, and the smile sort of fades a little bit, and then she looks to you, and the smile becomes a little forced.
Yeah.
And all of you are here. Nim is currently in bed resting. It was a lot to run everywhere and give that encouragement, you know?
Much appreciated. I could just imagine Nim popping her head around the corner, all these places. You're doing great. Keep it up.
That sounds pretty much right. That's canon now. So you guys have the floor. How do you decompress after this? You guys watched New bring a whole golem, a magic golem that's 50 feet tall, into the middle of the city. It's still there, by the way, just chilling in the square. Like...
I knew you seem to be collecting large friends lately. You're muted.
Always the mute button. It's like, I know. I don't think I can collect a reasonable sized, stunningly gorgeous friend.
Flattered, but I'm spoken for at the moment.
Okay.
Tempest tramples it, trudges in, and she wipes the sweat from her forehead. She is covered in dirt and sweat and grime and smoke and who knows what else from being at the wall, right? And this armor, which is normally very gleaming, right, just, was perfectly fit to her and everything like that, she still doesn't take it off because it's still comfortable. Like, but it's just she starts wiping stuff off it because it's just dirty, and she can't bring herself to do anything else. She comes over and she sits down at the table, and she's like, "I need a drink, a very strong drink. That was rough."
It was a day. And tomorrow will be another, and God's willing, there'll be more after that.
Yes, yes. Wait, one more day. One more day. We've survived one more day. And we did well on the wall. We lost a piece. We lost some, but they worked the hardest and they put it back up. We lost a lot of people though, a lot of people, and I don't even know how many anymore. I lost count after 30. And it could have been twice that for all I know. But we repaired the wall. And there's lots of hard work, and I must have lifted, hundreds of pounds of rock to put up there. But they did it, and they knew what they were doing, and
Need advisory.
it saved the wall. It could have come down. I was scared it was for a while there. Sometimes, I spent my whole life destroying things, fighting, good, bad, whatever. It's always destruction. And this just makes me realize how much creation is just so much more important. Sure, I fight to preserve things now, but I'm still destroying. I think when this is done, I'm going to want to learn how to make something.
I am very pro creation.
Especially the fun way.
Good to know that you're a creationist. How was the underground? How were the tunnels?
I mean, they stink. But it was not too bad. I mean, it was bad and disgusting and infuriating, but loss of life was not too bad.
Good.
And there'll be some lovely surprises for them next time.
I can't help but feel like we're going to keep fighting like this, and we'll watch all these undead die, and we'll watch all our friends and cohorts in the city die, and still the force in charge will not feel this. We feel pain every day, and he feels it, the Crom, whatever you want to call it. It feels nothing.
And that is the emptiness of its existence. That it feels nothing. We feel pain. We feel loss. We feel joy. We feel exasperation. We feel relief. At the end of the day, I am alive, and I'm going to do it every day until it kills me.
How can it be an entity with a godlike entity and have no concept pain? How do we defeat it if it can't feel pain?
You don't have to feel pain to lose.
Okay.
Pain is cathartic when you inflict it on those who you feel deserve it. It is not the measure of victory. Mask, you're awfully quiet. Are you okay?
Look. I'll be fine. I'm just... This is incredibly maudlin, isn't it? I mean, we're sitting here talking about, like, what happens if we die, all of the people who did... Well, we're not dead. We're here. We get this little bit of respite. So I say let's use it.
Cheers. Wisp is gonna turn to Asana and said, keep a beat for me, honey, and Wisp will take to the stage and start dancing.
Okay. And she actually begins sort of tapping this beat, and it's contemplative, right? It is maybe even almost a little mournful. It is not somber, but it almost feels like the music itself is aware. Like it knows the pain that's happened, the victories that have happened, and the complexity of emotion of what is going on with all of this. And the music happens, and you see Giselle even picks up an instrument and begins playing. And you get this sort of mournful and celebratory music mixing together as you dance. What does your dance mean for you? How does it look?
It is very fluid. It is not a dance with harsh movements. There isn't hard stops. There isn't a lot of posing. The movement is constant. And there's a lot of flourish of the skirt portion of my outfit to give it an ebb and a flow, not unlike almost using the skirt like you might for ribbon dancing and sort of creating a cascade behind me as I move.
And it's almost like watching water on the air as you guys see Wisp's dance unfold. At first, just when you think you figured out the pattern, it changes, it shifts. Much like how last night went. And even in all of it, there is this sort of celebratory tone. Knowing that as you look around, Asana is alive, Giselle is alive, Angelique is in the palace, but she is alive. Jacquard is alive and making what smells like a phenomenal and peppery breakfast in the other room. You have full ale steins, and the pumpkin carriage has become a sort of refuge for those whose homes were damaged. This is a place of rest, of safety, and of hope. And you guys made it this way. You took the tavern and inn on the corner of an unassuming portion of the trade district of the capital of Voirais. And you made it into a place where people can feel safe despite the cosmic threats surrounding them on all sides. And in that, you can take your peace for the night. You can have your long rest as each of you recover. In this place you have made, you have built, you have cultured and nurtured and you have those you love most around you. And that is a happy place, and we would love to end on a happy place tonight, because sometimes that's what you need. However, tonight is not one of the nights where we will get what we need, because that is not the end of the story. That is not where all of this ends. This is not the end of the struggle. And you're not even sure if you've entirely won the battle. So, I need each of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oof. Is this mind control?
No.
Okay.
21.
21.
Wisdom, huh?
Anu has advantage because you don't actually sleep.
Oh. Well, then Tempest has advantage too.
Yes, Tempest would also have advantage.
I also have advantage because that's my mystical lineage as a fawn.
Oh, there you go then.
I have frequently forgotten that I get advantage on saves for intelligence and wisdom, and I forget the other one.
Charisma.
Yes, but I do, so. Yeah!
I got a
Thank-
16.
Thank goodness.
16.
29.
29.
You gave me advantage.
Mm-hmm. What did Wisp get?
12.
12. And Masquerade.
21.
21.
I said it first.
So, all of you close your eyes. Maybe it's for a moment to rest. Maybe it's to enter your trance. Maybe it's because you blinked. And in an instant, you find yourselves in the portion of Voirais, in the portion of Dorienne that has remained decimated. And you are here. It's like you're physically here. The white phoenix sits in its nest, sleeping. All of you stand about 50 feet from it, in what was once an arched doorway, now crumbled around this remnant of what's left of the wall. Wisp, you are paralyzed with fear as you see a woman, young, ethereally beautiful, human in appearance, hair dark raven that actually fades into a stark white at the tips, pulled into a messy bun, wrapped in humble but well-kept garments. Her breasts are functionally bound by a strip of cloth that sort of creates a makeshift shirt. And then she wears like layers of animal hides in a long skirt. But none of those things are what scare you. Her vivid magenta and purple makeup eyeshadow, lipstick, all of that. None of that's what scares you. What gives you the sense of dread is the knife in both hands, which she holds before her almost ceremoniously. It smokes and looks almost like it glitches out of existence at times. She holds it before her, looking up at the phoenix. And she turns, realizing that all of you are there. Her stark yellow eyes meet all of yours. The hair just strands, making almost like a curtain of stringy hair that now evokes that familiarity. While absolutely beautiful, you recognize this form of this woman. She is no longer a crone, though. She is a maiden. And she says, I was wondering when you would come.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to cut it off. So...
Oh, but I was in your corner.
So thank you guys so much for joining all of us on this wonderful battle arc and emotional ride, this roller coaster. These people, these friends of mine, are amazing storytellers, and you should totally check them out all over the internet, wherever they are, because I have links in the description or on the page if you're here on Twitch. So if you're on YouTube, in the description you can find links to their stuff. Check them out. They're all great. And until next time, whether you tell it on the page or at the table, make sure to tell your story your way. Bye, everybody.